Welcome to the Streams of the Universe channel. I'm Anna. Thank you for your likes, your comments, your subscriptions, and for your help and support of this channel. I am deeply grateful to you, my dear ones. This reading is for February 2026, meaning it is a reading with a specific time and date. There are general readings without a date, which you can watch at any time, but this one is specifically for February 2026. The karmic eclipses this month will be significant, lasting for half the month. Plus, karmic eclipses start to affect us in advance, so to speak. And naturally, some karma from the past will be present here, and karma for the future will begin to form karma for the future will begin to form for a long time. And today we'll do your signification right now. It doesn't matter when you're watching. Some of you are already watching in February. Some are still watching in January. In any case, we're looking at you right now. This is what you're bringing into this February. In March, the eclipse will end. The corridor of change, yes. But we're looking at you right now. What state you're in, what mood you're in, who you are. What's going on with you? That's everything it will show us. A deck of cards is a tool, just like astrology, which has its own calculations. And here I also took an astrological deck and a spiritual deck, because karma is, after all, spirituality. Karma is a tool that always works. It's the consequences of our actions. That's all, nothing more. So karma can be happy, or sometimes we don't like it. It's just that we don't like the consequences of our own actions. And that's it. Yes, well, that's just how it turned out. That's how it happened. And when we don't like something, we can immediately judge it in a human way. Yes, I don't like this. And fix it. I mean, do it differently. Knowing your own karma is a valuable tool. And now we'll try to figure out what's happening here with the consequences of your actions. And future actions. Yes, the formation of future karma, and why this is important for you. The key karmic moments of this February, well, because of the karmic eclipses. Let's take a look at you. If your signification resonates with you, then all the key moments of the karmic eclipses, the corridor of karmic eclipses in February, will also resonate with you. So there will be amazing hints, even if this is a general reading. Of course, we all have a lot of personal things happening in our lives, but we, our human society, have already been living on this earth for many millennia. And so, through the tool of tarot, we read the energy information field. That is, something similar has already happened to people before. And even in our everyday lives, something like this has happened to us. Even without tarot, we can turn to some knowledge about what happens to people in such moments and how they got out of it. Tarot just shows it more precisely, even though this is a general reading. If you want something even more precise, then of course, personal readings would suit you better. But currently, we're using a free version with this type of information. So, how are you being shown? Well, a gorgeous card came up, I think, in the last reading. The last one. It also came up for you. The Hermit. What is the Hermit? A person who, by the way, knows how to. That's what I was just talking about. Learning, and understanding karma through some ancient scriptures, books, and the experiences of other people. That's why general readings actually suit you well. General astrology forecasts. You draw wisdom from them, even if they don't personally apply to you, but you take the wisdom, like from some philosophical books. This is the Virgo card, details, yes. To break things down into details and understand, yes, this suits me, and this doesn't suit me. So why is the Virgo card spiritual for you here? Yes, the Hermit is just a symbol, digging into the little things, the small details of the past experiences. You learn best from your own experiences, good or bad, whether they're karmic or not. Whether I felt good or bad, it's still perfect. You also learn from the experience of any person, any philosopher, even from the Bible itself. That's the experience of the Bible. I don't know the Quran. It depends on what you believe in. It's a spiritual map. Here, a person still believes in something. That is, in something higher than themselves, something above. And that's why they themselves are above some earthly problems. Often, the hermit is depicted somewhere on a mountain, at the top, above some earthly problems. Because the spirit is strong, and he has achieved something, he has already achieved it. And now he looks into the past, into past knowledge, some books, philosophical teachings, or maybe even, well, here is the patron. Since we have an astrological layout, the patron of this card is Mercury. The mind, well, really cool. And Mercury, who is he? He passes on knowledge. The sage also passes on knowledge. Well, spiritually, it's not just about yelling at someone like, I told you so, I know for sure. But spiritually, he also gives spiritual support, shines with inner light. He achieved and reached his goals on his own. And maybe, yes, there's a lot of logic here too. There's this masculine energy here, a lot of logic. Maybe you don't just read spiritual literature, but also scientific and research literature, something like that. But again, where exactly? Here? Well, this is a major arcana. It affects all areas of life. This major arcana is now affecting all areas of your life. What else? This card says that you have achieved something, shone with your inner light, or helped someone. So, the hermit, he still reached some kind of peak. You have reached some kind of peak. And by the way, if the hermit is interested in any area of life, well, in any area of life, if there is information and you like it, it's called From the Soul. I feel that I want to go there. At any age, the hermit is an old man. It's a card for any age. A person like that is smart and mature from birth. You are that kind of person, you know? You can study any information, whether it's spiritual, intellectual, or something else. Mercury is responsible for getting to the bottom of the details. So other people might not notice, but you can notice. And that's exactly what we were talking about. You might not even need personal readings or personal stories. If you're interested in something, you can figure everything out yourself, sort everything out in detail, and put everything in its place. And this card says self-discovery. Because you are constantly analyzing your karmic experience, you always have this analysis going on in your head, meaning you have your own Mercury. In all 4 areas of life, constantly overanalyzing everything in detail. If you have something in any area of your life, your self-discovery, self-knowledge, yes, that's the translation. You will find any information, either from the energy information flow or just general knowledge, yes, like this. Information, sort of, about the experience of humanity, yes, or the answer will come from there. Since you are always studying yourself and your karma, it's a map of the past. Or, well, higher powers will definitely give you a hint. But on Earth, higher powers are, for example, at first your parents, or those who have some kind of authority. Still, you get some hints from people who have authority. Well, did you achieve anything? You're looking back at your past, and yet you're still doing the same things. Research work, yes, working through your karma bit by bit. By the way, maybe someone here is also a Virgo. She rules the 6th house of the horoscope, and opposite her is the house of Pisces, the 12th house of the horoscope. Yes, here it could be matters of health. Yes, consider how I treated myself in small ways, like what I ate and did in the past. Maybe with someone, with elderly people, with my own family, how I communicated, yes, Or how I shined my inner light for my children. I don't know. Yes, because that's just daily life and routine. And, well, again, if we have, and we actually had eclipses, all Virgo Pisces, and they're going to end here soon. So, it turns out you've dealt with past karma with the 12th house. Because look, Virgo came out in a direct position for you. Uh-huh. And here, the card even says that you could even be like a spiritual teacher to someone. Not just a mentor who says do this or don't do that, but a spiritual teacher giving some kind of support. Listen, yes, you've clearly dealt with the past, but you still keep thinking about some little things. There might already be some age-related changes in your health here. According to Virgo, these are usually age-related. We still live on Earth in the material world, and our bodies age over time. Sorry, we all have them, but spirituality always increases because our world is harmonious. If, let's say, we were young, strong, physically healthy, well, our spirituality was still weak. We were afraid of ourselves, didn't love ourselves, doubted ourselves and our own abilities. But here, as we get older, yes, one thing seems to age and fall apart. But on the other hand, spirituality becomes greater. Yes, we've already carried the spirit somewhere. For some, it might already feel that way. If there are any age-related changes here, you still routinely change something here anyway. With this, maybe there are some methods, maybe taking vitamins, but still, self-discovery is happening. And the card says, you have learned to spend time with yourself. In peace, you know. Well, the gorgeous card says that you have dealt very well with something karmic, with the past, and only some little things remain. Although, of course, health is not a small thing for us. By the way, the 6th house of the horoscope includes everyone we help and everyone who helps us. Assistants, like us as assistants, and those who help us, whether it's children, adults, or colleagues at work, those who help us, those we help, and even helpers at home. Or, for example, when we need to survive as we get older. Vitamins help us, or some activities maybe. Routines like sleep, wake times, and nutrition all support our health, right? And then there are also small animals like, yes, dogs and cats, usually for whom we simply shine with spiritual light. They don't bring us any profit. They just bring joy to our souls with their light. It's the same with children. They're so small. I mean, like when you help your own children. They're people too, after all. We spend our lifetime on them, yes, but they bring us joy. We watch their achievements and shine with light, and our souls rejoice. So it's some kind of unconditional love in everyday things, and also towards ourselves. Yes, when we take care of our health and daily routines, we show love, but it's all so routine. Everything is. Something still remains here from past karma, but of course, it will never end. The karma from the past on Earth will only end when we leave for heaven. Life goes on, and it feels like our past karma plays out daily. Well, it means that you still keep digging into the little things, and that's good. That's exactly what helps you reach certain heights, so much so that you can even teach someone something. Well, here's the card that comes up. It says you have people here who have recognized you. Recognition of what? Some of your actions. Maybe there were some trips here. Victory, triumph, take a look. First of all, you are happy for yourself. That's for sure. You have some kind of victory here. You made some changes here. You did something yourself. Maybe someone achieved something at work. Maybe received some kind of award. I don't know. And you were recognized here. Let's say your boss recognized you, or your clients recognized you, direct recognition, or you got some kind of job. Maybe, according to Mercury, you also said something to someone. Here, after all, we have a major arcana card in our Mercurian reading, even though there are a lot of things to do. A lot of things to do. Trips. You made some changes here. Then you moved forward, and now you have future prospects. People recognize you both at home and at work. So there's recognition in daily life and on the job. In small things, probably, somewhere you helped someone with something, well, people recognize you for that. Everything is a victory. You are definitely satisfied with this. You know, people who recognize your successes. Because your past choices, UAs, were good choices. Led you to public recognition. Yes, the public. But what kind? Who do you talk to at home? Maybe about business, household matters, or routine work for you? Yes. And here there are already some promises. Either you made some promises to someone, or maybe you made promises to yourself for the future. Look, because this is only a halfway victory, you know you won't stop. It's a victory halfway through. Will you keep doing something next? Say, yes, I got it. Here. I learned something cool about changes, about traveling. Maybe someone else here. Sometimes with this card, people get a driver's license. But that's probably if you're a young person. Well, because it's kind of fiery, right? Usually there's a horse here, like a person riding into a city on a horse. Sometimes it shows a car, but it doesn't have to be that way. Well, these are some of your actions where you are happy about your victory, and you were recognized directly. Other people acknowledge you. Well, at work they say you're a good worker. Or some clients say, wow, I only want to work with you. Yes, I only want you. But if you are recognized at home, then people always turn to you because they know that you are a spiritual mentor. You can shed light on something. You have a lot of experience. According to the hermit. Well, or if you are a young man, then you have been a soulful person since childhood, I would say, but a bit cold, because, well, the hermit is a bit cold. You won't be. You don't really have that kind of love like, oh, how much I love you. You don't have that. Even though you have soul, the soul here is huge and the faith is strong. So who are you? Well, here they already showed us. Well, a sincere person, a sincere person. You probably express sincere emotions to children, or to new people who, listen, for some reason it's hard for you. Well, sincere emotions. You have them. Sincere joy. Maybe here the joy is exactly for the children. Look, yes, you, like a hermit. Maybe you rejoice for your child, for your own, or for your clients. This is Page of Cups. Yes, here it shows you. But we see you as an adult, still a person, and an intellectual, such an intellectual. And at the same time, this card shows that you know how to love sincerely, to rejoice. Well, it doesn't reveal it that much. Well, for example, if the children are still little, you will shower them with kisses and love, and you will express your emotions very vividly. Or maybe it's with new people. I don't know. Maybe you went on vacation somewhere, and there you let your emotions run free, laugh, and say how much you like everything. Just let it all out. But when you get back into your usual routine, well, that's what the cards are showing me about you right now. Maybe you, I don't know, maybe you're thinking about something from the past at this moment. And that's why you leaned more toward logic. But overall, yes, based on these cards, I can say that it's easier for you to express yourself emotionally and sincerely in new groups. Or maybe with those you were with in your childhood. Well, after all, this is a card of children. It's more about love. At the beginning of romantic relationships, there's this story too. There are sincere emotions. A beginning, Yes, the Page of Cups. At the start, you show your true feelings, but when you get into a routine, you become more reserved, though you are a very soulful person. I think everyone feels this very well, because this acceptance by society, some people know that in the long run, you are a very, very soulful person. But emotionality, yes, like I said, either children or the beginning of a romantic relationship, it's such a vivid emotionality. Also, this card says that it says that you need a comfort zone where you can think about yourself, where you can meditate. It's not necessary. You actually practice yoga and meditation, but we also have ordinary human meditation, where you just need to sit, relax, and think about yourself. I don't know. If there's too much fuss around you, it's like you need to find your own space. You know? Maybe just sit in your room, read a book. Hermits really love to read. Or just do something for yourself. Analyze the past. This card represents it, so you can plan for the future. Analyzing the past makes it easier to enjoy the future. By the way, maybe you come to Tarora Skladish to analyze the situation. It's another perspective, because this is the senior arcane, and it covers 4 areas of life. How would I analyze it myself? Let me see, for example, Tarora Sklad. Or I'll read some philosophical works, listen to, I don't know, philosophers, maybe. Since you got such a philosophical card, maybe some smart people, psychologists. Because you need information. Well, strong logic, yes. And when you've analyzed it, that's already half the victory. It's half the victory. It's easier to move on. Maybe you've analyzed your karma, your children's karma, for example, or maybe some helpers, those you help. That's already half the victory. Analysis truly is half the win and brings real joy and emotions. I realized that's what it's called. I understood what result I will get. Look, the celebration of life has begun. In general, for you, analyzing situations and your sincere emotions, this is still your card. You analyze yourself first, and only then can you become a mentor, meaning you study yourself first. Then I can give something to someone, like an explanation to someone about what and how to do things. And here the card says that in your life, either you're happy for your child or there's something new for yourself. This card started as if you analyzed something here, and something new began for you. Look, something new started, either for you or for your children. Here you can tell a celebration is coming for you, or your child is eagerly waiting for this card. For example, a new house, a new job, the 4 of Wands. Look, your analysis now gives you the understanding that, for example, this new beginning will give you, let's say, a new job according to the 4 of Wands. With someone, yes, I will work somewhere, and I will get a good result. We will achieve a good result together. Or, for example, I analyzed my sincere feelings in love, sincere ones. Specifically, what card represents sincerity? I realized that something awaits me with this person in the future. Well, this is the offer to live together. Maybe you've honestly already lived with someone, by the way. Maybe you've lived with someone. And where will that lead? Will you have a good harvest? That's what analysis predicts for the future. Maybe there's something else, maybe a victory here. Or with work, according to the 4 of Wands, there may be changes because, look, either at work or at home, the 4 of Wands appears. This is a home where I meet with someone all the time, or 4 corners, working with someone. Brings me a celebration. There's just one more card. Hold on, it empowers you. Look, Saturn is the card of the world. Here is a major arcana, and again, another major arcana that covers Saturn. This is karma. So you've analyzed it, and now you're clearly happy with what you've done. Either it's for kids or there are romantic relationships here. Like, you could even get married. Do you realize that? Let me talk about love first, because those are genuine emotions, about romantic relationships. Again, this story, the world, Saturn, you could have ended some romantic relationships here, and you realize that, for example, you'll have better luck at work. Yes, yes. Because the world card is a cycle, you see, it's the endless karma of the world. I close one cycle, start another. But in any case, you closed one cycle here and immediately started a new one. So I'll say that you closed some cycle here. And it's very joyful. You really feel the victory. You understand that this expansion gives you opportunities either at work or in real estate, in property. Four of yes. If you've fully closed a cycle, let's say a romantic relationship, or you helped your child with something, like getting married, choosing a partner, you shone with your inner light. With real estate or with work, you see, it will expand something for the child. For example, at first, opportunities. Even if you've completed some cycle, you're happy about it. Try to reveal. Let's use the astrological deck. Let's talk about completing a cycle. Let's ask. Because, look, brilliant. I mean amazing opportunities. Do you feel that amazing opportunities will come here? Yes, yes. Well, it was uncomfortable to close some cycle. Four of Pentacles. Or maybe you spent money, shook up your safety cushion a bit. Real estate, by the way, can also represent your comfort zone. You stepped out of your comfort zone while you were closing some cycle. Maybe you spent a lot of money. Maybe your child was uncomfortable with something, or the Four of Pentacles, real estate. If you were closing some kind of cycle, also with greedy people who make you feel uncomfortable at work, if you were closing a cycle, it became uncomfortable there. It didn't feel like home anymore. Something was off. Maybe with money, like no safety net, no financial cushion, no sense of peace. What were you closing here? Paluma. Luna. Well, again. Or is it some kind of nutrition? Luna, alcohol, illusions? Come on, discomfort. Where is it going? Something, some kind of discomfort. He left. Child parent semi. No. Whom did we give? Whom? Whom did we nurture? Whom did we give birth to? Who, by the way, gave birth to us? Child parent relationships fit here very well. There is always fear here to go somewhere, to change something. Well, so that you get reversed, turned around some kind of stagnant situation, looked at the situation from another angle. Maybe something was weighing on you for a long time. It was heavy on your heart. You felt like a victim or felt victimized. Well, I don't know. Maybe in parent-child or male-female relationships. But now you don't feel that way, right? You've completed some kind of cycle, and now you don't feel like a victim there, do you? Although here, your safety cushion might have been shaken. Maybe it was about money, or your comfort zone was shaken, and you went towards something new, either for someone else or for yourself. Well, let's say if it's for yourself. Here are new plans. Just see what kind they are. Lev and Diva are united. Lev is my plan. I know exactly that I want to go there. I feel like I'll be better off there. According to Lev. By the way, in Lev, Lev rules the 5th house of the horoscope. These are victories, successes, and awards. For me, it's like, well, if we're talking about you, Lev, yes, for you, it's some kind of personal achievement, a victory. Well, the 5th house of the horoscope is, again, children and romantic relationships. And 22 degrees of Virgo. Well, I don't envy. I can't see too. In the routine, I will feel myself, even though it's long and monotonous. But it's some kind of personal victory for me. If it involves children, a romantic partner, or a son, this is your long-term victory. You're not rushing things there. Your personal success? I'm not planning to rush things there. I'll be ready. In Virgo, routine is expected, including regular activities and possibly sports, as indicated by the 5th house. And creativity, why is birth? Yes, the moon. The birth of children. Why is that also considered creativity? A mother created a child. She created something new, a new body. Then she feeds and nourishes it, both emotionally and physically. She physically nurtures it. If, by the way, there are some illusions or misconceptions involved, yes, there is also some creativity here, some kind of creative approach. I want to say these. To say this, pay attention. You should. Let's draw another card. A creative idea. In the long run. In the long run, Saturn came up directly. I'm ready to take this on myself. I know it won't be easy, but it will be some kind of success. Venus in Sagittarius. It will expand my opportunities. Jupiter, the great benefactor, rules Sagittarius. If you do something for your children, for your parents, for your creativity, for yourself, it's like, well, who is Jupiter for us? It's dead Moras. I'll give myself a big, healthy present. Well, who is dead Moras? Well, Santa Claus, yes. The prototype of Santa Claus. Well, Jupiter, yes. In the horoscope, he gives gifts, but not ordinary ones. And this is Nikola Chudodvorets. I'll perform some kind of miracle for myself, or I'll give someone a gift, like a miracle. Well, and as for the 5th house, yes, children, successes in achieving certain goals, in routine, in work. Oh, well, look here. It's like hiding secrets, hiding some kind of illusions about yourself. Well, for example, we all have different illusions, like shopaholism, I don't know, some dependencies related to the moon, and also illusions in love, illusions in parent-child relationships, illusions in romantic relationships. And it's like, I'm giving myself a gift. It's a gift. This is success. This is an achievement. It's like I'll get some kind of prize because of this. I'll be born anew. Yes, for example, I quit smoking. It had weighed on me for a long time, my Saturn pressing on me. But this is my responsibility. I can and will do it. Well, if you only read negative things, because somehow here, they are hung up. Well, look, for example, if a child didn't have an education, I will pay for it. Pay for their education, right? If the child didn't have an apartment, by the way, I will also, maybe the child can't. But as a mother, I will give that. I will provide. Yes. Well, is there something serious here? Like, what are you really ready for? Or is it for love? In Sagittarius, Venus in Sagittarius. Thank you for that. Either for love, or are you ready to invest money somewhere? Thank you. It's like a great love for yourself, or for those you love. Or, for example, long-term financial investments. You are ready for the long term. Can you withstand this pressure from Saturn? Well, if you refuse negativity, yes, you say. Well, who knows? Maybe some relationships that you didn't really like. Or attitudes toward yourself that you didn't really like. Are you ready to take responsibility for that? Even if it gets harder. For example, to get a divorce, or to walk away, or to give up something negative. Well, I don't know. Maybe unhealthy eating. Some kind of negative eating habits. I'll give it up. And I know that in the long run, well, probably for life according to Saturn, or for a very long time, so I don't feel like a victim. Let's say I lose weight. I don't know, my joints. According to Saturn, my ligaments. My joints won't be affected. According to Saturn, even my teeth, yes. So it's some kind of long-term nutrition. Here, you see, the thing is, what is this? What is it related to? This is your resource. The Empress appeared, and here she is, Venus in her head. This is love for yourself, for your own resources, for your children, for your creations. Mother Earth, the earthly element. Mother Earth, everything I have given birth to. My apartment, things you can touch with your hands. And what you have as well. In the past, your parents, your mother created your body. How do you love it now? Yes, here it is, my body, my resource. How do I make money? My life energy is a resource. What is Venus? It's life energy. Here it is in my head. It's life energy. What kind of resource do I have here? I'm ready to store it here for the long term. To preserve it, yes. Here. On one side is Venus. And here, well, it just points to both Taurus and Libra. Taurus is gold, the comfort zone where I feel good with my creations, with my children, with any of my resources in the 4 areas of life. And here Venus, it connects directly with Libra, and Libra is about who I interact with, how I behave. You want more than comfort. You want beauty too. So, it's not just that I want to preserve my body, for example, but I want to keep it beautiful, to dress it up. If it's not enough for me to just be a mom, I also want to be a beautiful mom. You see what I mean? It's not enough for me to just have a romantic relationship. I also want to have a status in this relationship. I want to be a wife. Just being in a romantic relationship doesn't interest me. Those who don't want to give me status and respect, can just step aside. That's already, if we're talking about relationships. Not only do I want, let's say, comfortable relationships with my children, but I also want beautiful relationships with my children. Beautiful Libra, because that's beauty. By the way, Mercury also rules Libra. It's beauty in conversations. So, according to your reasoning, these kinds of relationships, for example, with children, with parents, they are beautiful, not just comfortable, but also beautiful. Thank you. For example, at work, I want status. So, not just for comfort, but so that I somehow feel that it's beautiful, that people treat me in a certain way. Well, look, Libras are always weighing things, who I work with, and you should have some kind of inner understanding about it. At work, it's beautiful, but elsewhere, it's not as nice. There aren't really any documents here. Libras just tend to weigh things. Yes, it's about human relationships, partners at work, in business, how they treat me and whether they act nicely. The Justice card hasn't come up yet, nor any documents or anything like that. For now, it's just about weighing things. Where am I investing my resources? Are people treating me well? Are they speaking to me nicely? Mm-hmm. Okay. Is it interesting for you? So far, all the cards are really cool. Heavy, but in a good way. Like we revealed here, to be continued. Let's do one more line, because it's really important. You're heading straight for expansion, for the long term. You're really looking at Saturn. You're looking at Saturn. Are you ready to endure something for the sake of beauty? It's internal, like a field or understanding, where you constantly run thoughts through your mind. Thanks. I think that beauty is also something spiritual. It's about your soul. It should feel right to you deep inside. The first one is still Virgo, even if it's routine. Are you ready to deal with that routine? It should also feel soulful somehow. I guess beauty comes second for you. There has to be some kind of soulfulness in everything. If it's about love, then it's about soulfulness. Thank you. Soulful beauty, I suppose. Bye. Now let's ask. Let's talk about love. Thank you. When people know how to agree. When a romantic relationship is filled with conflict and agreement is impossible, you see it as a total lack of spirituality, a complete war. Look, the world is turned upside down. The world is turned upside down. I don't want it. Thank you. Soulfulness for you means that no one stabs you in the back, doesn't fight behind your back, doesn't say anything behind your back. Thank you. They don't take away resources. Look, the world expands opportunities, but the upside down world takes opportunities away. It's impossible to reach an agreement. People just take from me. For you, this is complete lack of spirituality. You're even ready to change, to quit an unpleasant job, to end any kind of relationship, even with relatives, to leave, even to move somewhere far away. Portamir, I come from a military world where people fight, kill, and lack spirituality, judging everyone by the same standard. I'm willing to move abroad. Is it really that bad here that you would just walk away? You know, a hermit is also a pilgrim. Just walk away, leave on a horse, go anywhere, even into the mountains. But in a place where everyone is forced into the same mold and ready to be destroyed. You have real emotions, that's how things are now. And you acted. Here, victory is like subtitles. And this is not the end. It's halfway there. You can really feel that something will be revealed to you here, that it gives you some opportunities for the long term. This is already achieved. Look, but it's only halfway. And there are people who recognize you. And yes, there were people who behaved in a rather soulless way. I think that at the same time as them, you closed something and opened something new. That's how I see it. Another major arcana, the Judgment card. Let's go. Well, before karmic eclipses, I'm not surprised that you're looking at all your karma right now. People you argue with over minor things seem impossible to compromise with because the arguing never stops. People are like, I'm right, and that's it. I don't care. Let everything fall apart. I'm right, and that's it. That's what people think. That this kind of behavior isn't peaceful or something. That, in general, that's the story. Well, that's just great. On one hand, past karma, wisdom, and ability tied to Saturn are all forms of karma. Listen, I can say that your time has stopped. Wow, karma, karma. Time has stopped. A period without time. I wonder, how about we keep watching? maybe it rolled back. Let's see now. You got tired of some kind of past. And it's hard to understand. There are some other things. You have magical abilities, real abilities, but some past won't let you rest. Which one? Look, this is a card of exhaustion at the same time. Here is victory, and I asked, why did time stop? You're looking into the past, feeling exhausted. And again, destruction, daily life, which destroys ordinary life. And here it comes to us. Look, the maiden with ordinary life. Controls. Destroys ordinary life. You're tired of something, very tired at work, very tired of the routine. Maybe it's age already. That's under the maiden. Go right here. The hermit. He's an old man. Here's the card. Maybe you're tired of something, perhaps an old man. That's it. And also, Barry's house. Well, and here it just says, this is a deck of guardian angels. Feeling worn out by routine, as if you lack the energy to do anything. Too much. Too much. Maybe something is going on, but it's more of an emotional overload. I wouldn't say you're physically tired. Look, you're such an active person. Really, so active. It doesn't matter how old you are here. Even though the first card was the Sage, even if you have some age-related changes here, you are very active, really full of life. By the way, you still look good. According to this card, there's some kind of light coming from you. And even if your face already shows some signs of aging, I would say, the light of your soul gives you a kind of aura, and your face looks younger. At the very least. Well, I'm only saying this for older people. Let's say for those who are over 40. Already, when you can see some changes, they start after 35, and by 40, there are already some changes. Let's put it this way. Then you have a certain light on your face, and it comes from your soul. But aquatic life still disrupts something. Or could despair be one of the most terrible sins here? Despair? Well, it's also called depression. Depression, being tired of something. Our life constantly requires us to meet our needs. Here we were born into this world, and God says, well, you wanted to come here to experience this world. Well, work by the sweat of your brow, and we have to do the same. We have to meet our needs for food, for warmth, and for a roof over our heads. Well, first the material needs, and then the spiritual ones. Here, you're really happy. You've definitely fulfilled some spiritual need, and you want to be even happier. You want more. But something also makes you tired, so let's keep watching. You want to end this. Well, again, you already put an end to one moment, decided, and yet it still falls here. And we read this card, and here you also want to put an end to it. There's some kind of sadness, some kind of pain, maybe about illness, really. Maybe someone wants to put an end to it. Well, I don't know. It's a painful situation. Maybe someone is just tired of working, wants to go somewhere, take a suitcase and go somewhere, travel somewhere. Because there's some kind of dependence here. And there's drama, melodrama, some kind of melodramatic reaction. Maybe it's because you have to go somewhere, change something all the time. Look, there was a whole series of victories, and a good harvest, and genuine joy. And then the second part began, where you want to put a period. Maybe something is built up inside you. Let's draw another card for sincere emotions. Let's see what's been building up here, if anything is built up at all. Damn past that you have to keep going back to. Going back, going back, going back. You know, it's like starting with having to pay for the apartment, going back to work, for example, going back, or taking medication, going back, or with the kids. Maybe there are some stories that you always have to go back to. Go back to, go back to. This is the card of return, where I want to overcome some mountain. I want to overcome some goal, finally reach it already. Maybe I have to travel somewhere all the time. I don't know, whether you want to or not, but you have to. Here are the kids, really. They're little, look, or clients. And I seem to genuinely love it. I truly love it. But damn, I'm tired of going back. I just want to put an end to it already. You can't delay it. You have to do it. Who keeps dwelling on the past? Clearly, the choice to have a child was made long ago. A card even fell under the child as a sign. And you love sincere emotions. But damn, you keep going back all the time. Or a decision was made a long time ago. Well, in the past, let's say. A decision was made to start something new. At some point it was new. Maybe for someone it didn't work out a long time ago at all. Right now, you're there, I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of education. Well, a girl just wrote. Well, a girl. For me, she's a girl. I'm a bit older. I read your comments, so I can use them as examples. In her 40s or so, well, for me, that's a young person. Getting a second higher education? Yes. At the same time working. Having kids? I don't know. Paying for the apartment. And also getting another higher education. Maybe it was accepted recently. Well, I just described it as something from a long time ago, according to Saturn. And it really is from a long time ago, no matter what. It is from the past. Yes, living with someone, working with someone at the same time is nice. But you have to keep coming back to it, coming back. Maybe you don't give yourself any rest. But again, yes, here is the health card. Maybe it's really about health. Well, routine, health, dogs, cats. You have to take care of them, and I love them. But still, you have to do it. For example, the dog has gotten old. She's always sick. And you have to keep coming back. Maybe it's about the bones. Yes, according to Virgo. According to Karma. About the bones. For example, my friend. I'm bringing up her example again. By the way, I've had the same thing happen to me. I love my dog very much, but he's constantly allergic. Honestly, 2 or 3 times a year, I have to deal with his allergies. And my friend has 2 old dogs. She had to replace the joints in one of them. First one joint, then another. You have to take care of them, and you love them so much, just like you love your own children. Well, sometimes you just get so tired. Just dog tired, you know? Sometimes you really wish, like, when will you grow up? And then when you do grow up, when you don't have to anymore, you just want to come back only for joy. That's what I want now, to come back here just for happiness. Maybe I want to create a safety cushion at work now, and also get some long-term income, some joyful long-term income. For example, letting partners into your property, like the 4 of Wands, letting partners into your real estate, where together we create a flow of abundance, like renting out property together. The consequences and responsibility here are also long-term. Yes, depreciation, repairs, and everything are at your expense, but both sides get the profits. Yes, as they say, you have to drive, you have to save for living, and then you constantly need a safety cushion for repairs and depreciation. Maybe work now and then invest for retirement. By the way, maybe that's possible too, right? Why not? Well, it's just that I simply like it here. I like all of this, you know? Well, it's like, damn, I have to come back. Hmm, let's keep watching. It's interesting here. The forecast. So, yeah, you have to choose, well, whatever it is you're doing there, you have to make a choice here. You're always forced to choose, constantly assessing your resources and who you're dealing with. This nonstop analysis is exhausting. Honestly, I just want to invest somewhere once and for all, or find a job once and for all, or finally sort out the real estate situation. But you have to understand, the material world works like this. You buy a property and spend your life repairing it, always buying something new as things break or need replacing. The material world is always decaying. Nothing on earth lasts forever, so you always have to make choices here. Should I save for a retirement fund, damn it? Or should I renovate the apartment? Or help my child while they're still in school? Or haven't finished university yet? Or should I focus on my own income? Look, you had a period of abundance, so sincerely enjoy it. What should I do now? But at the same time, I always have to go back to the past somehow, and I can't just leave it behind. I need to achieve some kind of goal here. Too many options. You might be overwhelmed right now. This card reflects that, feeling tired and dealing with too much. Which is its meaning? Well, it's just too much. You have to choose too many things. I think you'll make your choice here in February. It's just that there are too many options. It's hard to be torn between them. And this is the card of illusions. Not everything will work out. You realize here that not everything may work out at once, but here you did manage to achieve something. But here, apparently, a lot has piled up, and you say, darn, what if something doesn't work out there? For example, let's say I start investing in education now. Darn, I won't have enough for a new couch, and I'll have to live without a couch for 3 years. Some things just won't work out. It's only an illusion. For example, I'm saying, let's keep watching. Yeah, so you already have this feeling that it's kind of the last straw here. Yeah. You just need to decide what won't work here, what you're going to give up. For me, what's more important is doing something for my child, accomplishing tasks at work, and obtaining resources again. That's half the victory for you. You'll have even more. Look, you know very well that your opportunities are expanding here. Well, maybe also according to Saturn. Bones, teeth, real estate, these are things that last long term. In our body, what lasts long term are teeth and bones. Everything else changes quickly, right? Oh, well, maybe internal organs also last long term, probably. But for example, in organs, things that take a long time to form, like kidney stones, gallstones, or plaques in the vessels. If you look at your situation, something is built up. It's the last straw. You need to address it. For the long term in relationships, the last straw is, for example, you need to help your child move forward and that's it. The last straw is to help and that's it. Well, we just need to finish up. There's only one last thing left and that's it. And then on vacation for the long term. If we're talking about relationships. Or, oh, the last thing left is to pay off the real estate. Stones, Saturn, it's a long process, yes. Brick by brick, brick by brick. Romantic relationships, yes. The fifth house of the horoscope has accumulated. We need to decide, are we together or, damn, not together? I will figure out here whether I want to give this person a status or not. And it's like the last straw, for example. The last straw for the apartment. The last straw for something serious. Serious relationships. The last straw, a serious job. The last straw, getting the last cool thing. Well, as a woman, yeah, education. Well, it's already kind of hard, you know? You have to give up something. Maybe you have to give up some kind of joy. But if I do this, a door to something new will open. You know, a door to something new will open right away. This card says you have to choose again. Here it is. It just came up. You know very well that all of this is just an illusion right away. Or, for example, even if it's about your inner self, it's emotions. It could also be alcohol, remember? That card came up too. Well, let's put it this way. Maybe it's just about other people. There's just one last drop left. It's an illusion. If you drink, smoke, I don't know, eat whatever you want. It's an illusion if you think you won't lose your health. Or that you can, like an alcoholic, keep going to work forever. Well, in general, there's something here with emotions too, and that's an illusion. If you keep doing this, like for example, not treating your teeth, not taking care of your joints, not paying for your apartment, it's an illusion to think it will stay. It's an illusion. Yes. But at the same time, there's an understanding that the door can just suddenly open. It's like the last effort, the very last effort. And then, boom, you can finally rest. You can even go back to the past one more time. Just one last effort. And you like it. I won't say that you don't like it. Well, for example, when it comes to us, to ourselves, we like our emotions, we like our body, we like our life. Basically, we love to enjoy life, to travel somewhere, to buy something pretty, to have children, to build relationships. I don't know, do you like it? Wouldn't you go back there? And you like your job. Well, some people just like the work itself. Some like the team, and some like the money you earn there, and that helps you. Well, like buying something, maybe even buying a house or throwing parties. That's the kind of dilemma here. Let's talk about a couple of things. Where else can we go with this? Or maybe reveal some illusions? Let's do both. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm already tired of going back somewhere. The card is called working too hard, too many hours. I'm tired like a dog. I've been working on this for so long, so much. But the card says, let others help you. This card, it also says, let others help you. Can't you ask for help or what? Well, yeah, it's a bit chilly. You feel emotions for others and shine your inner light in the long run, but you don't know how to ask others for help. Here, too, there's a way out, at least for emotional help and support, so that your child friend can support you emotionally. You will go back to that past again, and once again, it will feel like there's no help, or that no one understands how hard it is for you. Well, understanding. At least talk to your friends. I don't know. Talk to your children, talk to your mom, talk to a spiritual guide, to your guardian angel. Ask your guardian angel for help. You have Jupiter, there's Nicola the miracle worker. We've talked about this. There's Jupiter, yes, in Sagittarius. There was something with the moon, where something is born. Well, a miracle can happen there. Ask your guardian angel and really ask those whom you understand. You know, in the long run, just tell someone. It might be hard for you, maybe to express some emotions. Like tiredness, I don't know. I think someone will help you. And you'll go in there again and do something. Yeah, you'll act on an illusion here, thinking that you'll finally put an end to it. But you'll go back somewhere again, do something, put an end to it, and you'll be able to do it. A new beginning, it's easier to start something new. Then, you'll understand the situation that you really need to put an end to, or the people who are holding you back. Spiritual transformation. In short, girls, February brings a spiritual transformation. That's it. Nothing too terrible will happen. Thank God. That's what I would say. And this card, probably. Will your kids listen? Here, emotions are what matter to you. You can overcome everything yourself. Get a new education, pay for your apartment, finish something. What you need is emotional support. I honestly don't see it any other way. It will give you those wings. You'll finish everything, get things done, and it will be easy for you. Maybe you should tell someone how hard it is, so someone can truly understand. I think you'll meet in February. With that, and with your own inner discomfort, that it's hard for you to ask for help. Maybe take a day off from your demanding job. Say, please give me one day off. If they still don't understand, they'll pressure you even more, insisting you must act. You'll see it's time to end what's holding you back. Or you opened up to some people, kept doing things for them, but they didn't understand you. In February, you will clearly encounter some drama, something internal and personal. Maybe, honestly, you should tell someone about your difficulties so they can support you. But what if people don't support you? There's some underlying hostility here. For example, they pretend there's this fake friendliness like, yeah, everything's fine, but then they only talk about themselves. There's no emotional or spiritual support, it doesn't follow. Maybe you'll have to put an end to relationships with such people, or maybe you're always solving someone else's problems. But when you say, hey, help me out, or support me emotionally, or something like that, someone might say, I don't have time for you, don't text me, you're bothering me at the wrong time. And this, do you know what this is? It's envy. It's envy of your success. And people like that, they're not genuinely happy about your success. Such people talk about themselves. They interrupt you. For them, everything is harder, and they don't want to listen. They always come back to you easily. Ask for money. I don't know. Ask for help. And even if you need emotional support, they just talk about themselves or silence you. Well, not exactly like, shut up, don't write or talk. And when they interrupt, it's envy. Things are more complicated for them. You have to help. Maybe you'll hear something from your children about the past, like some sincere emotions from a child. I don't know. Maybe you're a psychologist. Maybe you shine your inner light on someone. Maybe here you'll help someone put an end to something. And then, let's say, help your child put an end to something. And the difficult period will be over. A story has come up. Maybe you can resolve it yourself. Still, some emotional support would help. And in February, you'll see who gives you this emotional support. Thank you. And who doesn't. The criticism could be harsh criticism of your goals, objectives, and desires. I only think good things about you, but this will be hard for you. You won't succeed. I know how, subtitles made by Dimitar Zak. Or is someone arguing with you? Well, this is just something that repeats, and it's not that big. There's no stress here. There isn't any here. No cards fell out. Look, in the upper row. But here in the lower one, only one fell out. The one we're revealing. A major arcana card fell out. Yes, that's it here. To understand spiritual transformation, it's no coincidence you're the Hermit. A spiritual card representing transformation and the ability to see what's hidden behind others' souls. It could be envy. It's when people only talk about themselves, interrupt, criticize your children, or downplay your experiences. Here, it can be even more intense. They are truly happy. They just kind of say, oh, cool, good job, and then start thinking to themselves about how hard things are for them, blah, blah, blah. Fake friendliness, hidden hostility. And devaluation, like devaluing some of your dreams. And it makes you stop. Stop. It keeps making you feel scared to move forward. Yes, maybe you have a dream to achieve something. Yes, like, yeah, oh, come on, why do you need that? Or maybe you're happy about something, and someone says, that's nothing. I've done it a million times. It's easy. It's like devaluing something, maybe, and here. Or maybe someone will support you. On the contrary, a good person will make it easy for you to achieve something. Or you'll understand what kind of relationships involve some criticism. Here, there's also criticism of some of your goals, your vision. Something that gives you happiness. I don't know, someone criticizes it like it's not right, but I know better. I'm on your side. You know, you didn't ask him. You didn't ask this person to give you advice. You need to stop it, and that's easy. It's right here. Well, the last straw, yes. Then it will be two. Maybe this is your last straw, so let's add one more drop. Oh, here I got a man. Reversed. Also here, maybe, yes, some old love story, then completely. Thank you. Since our paths differ, it's hard to be together. You know, some people. How should I put it? They are always with you in spirit, no matter what happens. And there are people. They are kind of in the context of something, well, for example, a boss or some partner. So you built a house together, bought some property together, paid it off, and that's it. It's over. Or you raised kids together, and that's it. It's only in a certain context. But in other areas, your paths are different. Well, this happens all the time. And there are people who seem to always be with you, always happy for you, and they're always in the same boat with you. Now, the card of being in the same boat didn't come up here, of course, but I just keep thinking about how, no matter where you live, where you move, or what job you take, there are always such people. Some people, like those we studied or went to college with, communicated during school, but later went their separate ways for work, which is normal. The context for communication ends. The communication itself stops. Or it's the context of a romantic relationship. I wanted love. He wanted love. But then I have different views about living together. He has completely different ones. And the context ends. We got what we wanted, but no one is happy. He's not, I'm not. It's time to end it. While we were studying, the context was different. We were interested in talking to each other. We went to parties, discussed things like deans or something else. For example, I did. Or we worked at the same job, and in the context of work, we had the same job, the same tasks. It was interesting. Or we used to drink together. In the context of drinking, we both had fun, but now I don't want to drink. And they want to keep going. It's time to put an end to it. There are those contextual people, you know? Well, damn, if you've started living differently, your paths should separate. All of this is normal. We have a lot of people like that who come into our lives for a reason. Well, to realize, let's say, we used to drink together. We were young friends, and I wanted to try it, and they would throw parties. Time passed and I lost interest, but they always will be. That's just how it is. But when I tried it, or when I tried some kind of creativity, I don't know, I tried love, creativity, tried some dancing, well, that's it. I danced. I'm no longer interested. Now I want to sing, write books, create, or start a business. I want to start a business, but they're still interested in continuing. The context has changed, and these people aren't bad. They just follow their own path. There's just this kind of context. Or here, for example, it's purely romantic relationships, creative ones. Maybe you invested in a creative project, put your energy somewhere, and that's it. But then things started to get a bit tough. It became difficult. That's how it is. Now, it's hard to show this, and you want to give it up. Something isn't going right here. That's another possible situation. But here it's mostly, of course, about romantic or creative. Some kind of creative partnerships. Like, let's invest in something or whatever. Do you see that it's hard to make payments there? But the person is still daydreaming, somewhere here. Maybe the person is still daydreaming. While you haven't been daydreaming for a long time, this is the last straw for you already. You haven't been daydreaming for a while. Nothing will work there. It's already tough for me. Could such a story play out here as well? Well, let him dream. He has his own kind of beauty in life, living like that, and you have a different kind of beauty in your life. What other context might there be? Subtitles by Dimitrorzak. Let's look at the previous subtitles. Well, these are really key moments, serious ones. Subtitles by Dimitrorzak. What other context? Subtitles. Well, that's not context. Here I'm already listening to the subtitles, made by Dimitrorzak. These are the ones who are with you for the long term. It's a tradition. You see the sign here like this. Teltsa. People you feel comfortable with, who are with you for the long term. Your context has changed. Let's say you already hold a certain position. You've grown, maybe you've bought some property. They don't envy you, you feel comfortable with them. You don't feel any disharmony. This is family. Who is Taurus with for the long term? Taurus is ruled by Venus. I'm ready to work here for the long term. Yes, Venus. To invest my resources, my lifetime, my emotions there. I feel comfortable for the long term. Is it easy? According to the Hierophant, is a habit easy or not? Brushing your teeth every day, cleaning every day, bathing, washing, styling your hair, keeping your clothes in order. Is that easy? Yes. No. Paying rent every month. Is that easy? No. It's not easy. But it maintains a certain beauty, and a person sincerely feels joy, editor. In Kosovo. Records should follow. This is a family map, and context is no longer relevant here. I showed you the boat, right? The Six of Swords. The people you move with, wherever you go or relocate. And here, most likely, it's something really, really, really big, for a long time. It's called a spiritual community. Well, at first, of course, it's about relatives. This is a family card, where in the long run you understand. Yes, according to Venus, they might have other ideas, but you can blend, mix, and combine these ideas with each other. The comfort zone is maintained, though it can be tough and requires hard work. Well, these ideas, once mixed, can be discussed with them. You see, these people can be trusted. At first, it's 100% family here. These people can be trusted. They haven't deceived you in the long run. Habits you can trust. Long-term habits, you trust them. They're for the long run. You know they deliver great results. Nutrition for the body. A certain comfort zone that you like in the long run. Yes. And yes, here you have to blend. Mix something. Some spiritual ideas, financial ideas, mix ideas, mix financial ideas. For example, in a family, everyone contributes something according to Venus. Here and there, here and there. Here is the key to hell and to heaven. When people live in a family, everyone contributes something, contributes. For example, someone got a different key to hell. At this moment, they help, 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 because someone once invested in them too, maybe with money or with their heart, with love, with care. And then, once you're back on your feet, you start investing in someone else. That's why I say it's a habit, usually family. After all, it's family. But it could also be work. Yes, work. Let's see what else we might encounter here. Wow, what a February! Well, karmic eclipses. It's also good that general readings make things so clear. And there's no tower here, nothing like that. Here, you can put an end to some illusions. Once again, it's an illusion. Theft. What makes you lose your peace of mind, whether in your soul or in your head, is your personal freedom. So there may be people here who steal your personal freedom, who aren't actually interested in you, but just waste your time. You know, like energy vampires. They're not happy for you, they steal. If someone steals from you, they never give your money back. Even a family member might have deceived or manipulated you. My sister had something like that happen. It was a terrible story. She spent 10 years of her life taking care of our aunt, and then another relative took what the aunt had promised her. So the relative went behind her back, acted all nice and charming, brought little gifts, and convinced her to sign all the property over to him. And she worked like a horse, both at her jobs, taking care of her own kids, and looking after our aunt, who was bedridden. One of the relatives didn't want to take care of her, but of course, all the relatives wanted to get our aunt's apartment, but one of them just managed to talk her into it. That's the kind of story that can happen here too. Someone is always stealing time, a thief. Sometimes with this card, we can steal from ourselves without even noticing, steal money. Well, for example, shopping addiction, health through nutrition. I don't know, something pretty. It's shiny and you really want it. You want to shine. You want to have a drink, for example, and shine, like, I'm like this. And she's cool, yeah. Or, on the contrary, put something on. Shine just once. Or we steal from ourselves. Well, maybe there's some kind of fear. Like I'm a magpie thief, I'm afraid. I'm scared that something won't work out for me. The most important thing here is to make sure you're being honest. Check again in February. Aren't lying to yourself. Maybe you just want to shine. It's not your goal to win, but society wants you to achieve something, and you don't want that, and you're stealing your own life. Maybe someone, like a parent, says you should get this job, and they'll be proud of you, but you don't want it. Well, maybe you wish you did, but deep down you don't. You're lying to yourself, and with all your effort, you achieve something that doesn't bring you any happiness at all. That's called stealing from yourself. And it might seem like, well, if I do this now, if I make my parents happy, achieve this profession, or marry someone, something like that. Yeah, but will I be happy at that moment? Maybe for someone else, I'm stealing time from my own life just to, shine like a crow, to give something beautiful to someone. But in the end, I stole it from myself, and I won't like it. The key thing in February is honesty. Maybe you, if it's you, well, let's ask. A bit of negativity. Well, there's something small here, maybe a minor arc. Well, you're talking to someone here, birds, like, I'm so good, self-sufficient, I can do everything. But about someone else, well, judging someone, Or thinking someone is bad, not seeing things as they are, like, I'm special, I'm self-employed, I can do everything myself, but someone else is just all bad. Here, you also need to get rid of this, otherwise you might not reach the status. I mean, I'm proud of myself and share it, but some people talk behind my back. And you talk about it with someone else behind my back. I'm fine and capable, achieving everything myself, but if someone else does, it's not good. But when we do this, and you suddenly have some new status here, then the universe, can give it back to us. Someone will judge us too. And then what? Well, it's still simple here. Well, that's stealing happiness. For some reason, it turns out you might not even get the status. Is that pride? Yes, you might not get the status, overpraise yourself, overlook it in others, or someone could be proud of their own pride. They will just belittle you. Well, in the smallest way, for example, someone might lower your status, say yes. Well, and we might get it too. You, really, what if I do? Yes. Well, you have to be careful here. Basically, you can just waste your time discussing someone, and during that time, not achieve any status. Just chatting with someone. Yes, behind their backs. They live their own lives. Let them be. Even if they're doing something wrong, their lives go on while you waste time, like stealing time, instead of working toward your own goals. Just to have a chat, girls. I'm just saying it simply here. And other people can chat too. For you, the main thing is, yes, other people can chat here too. By the way. So what? Yes. That you got the status. Money somehow. Undeservedly. Well, whatever. So what? Let them talk about you. Don't be too sincere or reveal everything to them, or they'll gossip behind your back. So you tell them something sincerely, and they might talk about your child or your husband. Something inappropriate, like making inappropriate jokes about your husband, men, or kids. In general, it goes both ways, and it keeps spinning around. You just need to clarify this. You need to realize it, and it takes time. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time on either side. People won't gossip about you, and you won't feel like gossiping either. You'll still have time to reach your goals, so it's best not to pay attention to them. Well, can you honestly share with someone here? Come on, girls, let's keep making notes. Otherwise, I'll drag this out for 2 or 3 hours. Let's look at the first decade. Or let's ask what you need to know about. Well, you really do have a lot of victories. Look, Jupiter has granted you victories, and society truly recognizes you for it. You should be proud of that and keep moving forward. They say, keep fighting, keep going. Thank you. In February, there will be some changes related to Uranus. Thank you. An unexpected message from the past, because Uranus is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, so it's an unexpected message from the past. Well, there will be some kind of harmonious change. Just keep going, in general. Keep fighting. In February, you can expect a harmonious, unexpected, and most importantly, significant change. You'll be happy in February, probably around the middle of February. Well, let's say about 2 weeks. 2. Be careful with money as well, and try to keep your material well-being, your material area, in harmony. Something joyful, harmonious, and unexpected awaits you. Surprises are coming. Look, Virgin Mary. Virgin Mary, this is about motherly, maybe some maternal feelings. Well, motherly feelings toward yourself, maybe, like taking care of yourself, your finances, or even something related to a parent and child. So, Virgin Mary, like a cup. Happiness, joy. In the middle, some kind of happiness is waiting for you, 100% in 2 weeks. What else do you need to know? Oh. It flipped over. You might have upcoming expenses. Something about money. It's not for nothing that you got a warning about expenses. Maybe some expenses are coming up, or your income might be less than promised. Don't lend money to anyone, and don't borrow it yourself. This card might also be talking about an editor or proofreader, Kulikova. Well, if you can give, like Nikola Chudovorets, just give it as a gift. Don't tell anyone about this, because maybe I helped someone. Maybe I don't know. I gave money to a shelter, that's all. I'm the most spiritual and the best. When you help someone, just do it quietly without mentioning it. I don't know, or don't take it. Come on, what is this? The main thing is, there's joy waiting in the middle, and maybe you'll get some money right away, and someone will immediately ask, or you'll need it. What is it? This is the Roll of Pentacles. The roll. Look, a new path is opening up, either for earning money or for getting married. Thank you. The Roll of Pentacles. The Roll of Pentacles. The Roll of Pentacles. Something could go wrong here, the roll. Because this card here, some kind of financial injustice. Oh, you got the King of Wands reversed again. Ego. You might hear something unfair about finances. Something, or is it related to men? Roll. Yeah, what? The Ten of Pentacles is reversed. Well, some man might say that you need to invest money somewhere, but if you do it with a pure heart, then go ahead and invest. If later it's like, you owe me, well, be careful with that. That's how it can be here. I have more expenses. You might have some financial expenses. If there are costs, you can end something. Finish some business. Here it is, this 10. So how will the matter end? Well, it's kind of tough. Yeah, that's how it ends. If it's a man in a relationship, you'll figure something out here. But he's already ahead. Maybe you'll pool money for something. And at the same time, that's it. Maybe you'll put an end to some goal. Subtitles by Dimitorzak. The continuation we have is this middle part. Yes, February 17th. So probably, right here, some kind of dilemma will arise. Well, a dilemma will arise exactly where you would like to put a period on something to finish it. Maybe some information will come about some financial expenses or income. Maybe a man can't do something himself, So you'll have to decide something here without his consent. Some kind of financial issue, maybe in life. Something shared. Well, at the same time, this is where the period is put. Yes. Like this is where an important story for you is being decided. Well, it's kind of dramatic. Look, it's melodramatic. The reaction, maybe it causes some melodramatic reactions. Paying for something, well, look, wealth. Yes, some kind of your wealth. What you value. Well, for someone, there's a pentacle king at work. Maybe something at work. And then they show joy. Well, in general, it will bring joy anyway, but I'll tell you that the middle part is, well, kind of like that. Ultimately, it brings joy and relief. Either it's the Princess of Cups for your children again, or it shows your genuine joy. Oh, rebirth right away it starts. That joy is given by judgment, rebirth. The rebirth of something, even if you spend money, it will quickly return, benefiting your loved ones, family, homeland, and relatives. Girls, the major arcana represents the homeland. Something else might occur, but rebirth will follow immediately. With your loved ones, rebirth. What did I have? A dramatic reaction, clearly related to finances. Ultimately, pure happiness. I'll put it this way, happiness at the end of February. In the material sphere, in that area that you will never let go of, no matter what, even if you know it will be hard, the one that will still hold on to you. And here, let's say, even if you spend money on something, the revival will start later. Or, for example, stress may come from the reactions of your relatives back home, your family nest, something dear to you. Then some kind of support may fall away. But there will be a revival of relationships, something spiritual, sincere joy awaits. Wow. So, let's do it like this again. Beginning, first trimester, second trimester, third, first trimester, then continuation. Extracting something new. Focusing on some details, it will go directly. First trimester, joy your children. And understanding your goals and plans to get out of limitations. Here is the guardian angel. It's not for nothing that I said to pray to your guardian angel. Here, the guardian angel will help you act spiritually and sincerely, both towards yourself and towards others. Here is someone who is either younger than you, I don't know, or behaves as if they are younger than you. And something will come back to you. You will get something back for this. Something that you lost. It will come back. It will return in the future. That's how it is. The card says, plans will change for the better. Second trimester, the middle. The middle will return. We're reviewing the key points. Either children, the love fifth house of the horoscope, your actual children, your creations, or sincere emotions. Finally, subscribe and indicate your plans and dreams in the playlist, Dreams and Plans. In general, the middle of the month will make you happy. You will be working on them, working through them. Usually, the subject is career or earnings. Some money is coming in. Oh, there's so much here. You will act intuitively, like in water, still, like underwater, under emotions. You will act intuitively because so many secrets will be revealed, both at work, about children, and about people from the past. By the way, the card of the past and people from the past and your past ideas. A lot of secrets will be revealed in the middle. People will often come to you with secrets, including at work and with children, where everything feels secret and mysterious. The High Priestess, in general, appeared in a good position in the middle. That means your intuition will help you a lot, and you will really act very intuitively. Even when it comes to earning money, you will rely on your intuition a lot. Working too hard only increases the workload. In general, there will be a lot of work in different places. Your time will be going back and forth, sometimes here, sometimes there, and you will be intuitively shifting your schedule around. Well, and it will mirror your environment directly. In the middle of the month, people and mirrors will be at play. How did you act? Well, mostly in a positive way, in the main sense. For example, children will repeat something that you like. Dogs, I don't know what else you like here. And at the same time, this card also means arguments. From the past, some unresolved issues will come up. Well, all these good things. A lot of good things will be mirrored back to you. The things you like. Maybe you'll really like someone intuitively. You will be mirroring directly. Maybe you have some secret teacher in finance or a good psychologist. You will be mirroring them, and it will bring you benefits. All the cards drawn are joyful. And that's where it ends, since this is a dual card. Old quarrels and scandals may resurface here. They'll reflect back to you. What? Well, so that you can see it and get out of there. See the positives in it. Big ones. Some kind of limitations. They'll be mirrored back again. A continuation. Yes, you'll need to reveal the middle part. Some kind of limitations. Well, you'll see. Something from the past will be reflected, and something negative too, also karmic. Something will be mirrored directly, and you'll see how to get out of it, what you were mistaken about. Illusions will be interrupted, yes. So the illusions will fall away, and you'll see how to get out of there. Well, someone might reflect something unpleasant and start an argument, and you yourself might behave in an unattractive way, by the way, and you'll immediately understand what you need to let go of. Let me just take a look. You'll experience a magical karmic time and learn how to break free from limitations. Well, in this card, it might not really be that great. But look, more than half is good, so everything's fine. There will still be a lot of unexpected things hidden here. The last drops will be hidden. And the last drops will be hidden. Also, where you rejected your own success. Wow, you will get some result from your hard work. Look, where you couldn't move on to something new, here it is. These two cards are the same. In the future, the knot of the future will open up. For you, it will happen like this. Through the past, the knot of the future opens. There will be a lot of time, and also scandals. Some may happen. And about men too, or some controversial situations. But pointless worries will pass. They will go away. In general, the card here says, oh, and working through things, yes, you will be able to work through it. You can get through it. Some injustice of the past and enjoy it. Here it is. This is how it all began. Maybe your children will enjoy it, or you, as children, will enjoy it. You'll see, yes, how they reflect something cool. Do something that brings real joy to your heart, or maybe it's some kind of creative success. The fifth house of the horoscope is about children, victories, some kind of winnings. But I wouldn't say this is a win. It's more like some kind of work. I will be able to work through it. I will be able to get it done. Maybe I'll be able to take care of some documents. That too. Injustice is turning around. What you were thinking about, Look, the cards are repeating again. Here they are. Look. Now you're studying this story. What is there to think about? Yes, you're studying this story. Are you thinking about it now? Will you be able to work through it? With people who understand you? Or is it related to self-love? Because the mirror can also show us ourselves directly, reflect us. I saw myself in a different light, completely like this and that, like a guardian angel to myself, like a guardian angel who brings happiness and joy to society and feels good in society. In general, at the end of the second trimester, some kind of story will start to unfold. It's interesting, where you will be able to overcome something and do something, or make some community happy, or be happy for your children. A creation, some kind of creative success, or maybe you did something for yourself, just like a guardian angel. You protected your inner child. When it works out, it's probably already somewhere around the 20s. Yes, because 10, 20, and then the last 10 days. Let's take a look. It'll happen in the 20s, that's all. And the last 10 days. S. You will be waiting for some prospects. After this waiting, prospects, worrying. Will I get these prospects or not? What will come out of it? Conversations with someone, probably with those you love. You communicate with someone. There will be talks about some opportunities, good prospects, about a valuable chance, that you are ready to protect it or to protect yourself. Then you will go further with someone in the same boat, either at work or in the family, or you will move forward together in the same boat. And at the end of the month, at the end of February, some dream of yours will come true. Either you will buy something, or something will work out at the end of February. Right at the end, it's like exciting changes in getting what you want. What is this thing you desire? Let's see. Let's see what it is that you want. Right at the end. Well, let's say on the 28th. And how many days do we have in February, girls? February is actually a karmic month for us. It's the month of Aquarius. Well, there's this Aquarian energy going on, yes, and it is a robbed month. It's the only month that's been robbed. There are 28 days something has been stolen. That's where lies and theft are. Problems get solved, and here karmic eclipses happen. So it turns out that everything starts for us in this month. Where society robbed you, where I robbed myself in society, where I couldn't fulfill myself, couldn't get anything in society at all. Basically, I just realized it myself. After all, we really do have 28 days stolen from us, Aquarius. He always looks to the future, wanting to grow up and reach for what's ahead. So you also have this desire here for your future. And children are our future too. Your creation is also our future. It doesn't matter whether you want to grab your own future or you want your children to grab theirs. Well, you'll make it. You'll really start paddling at the end of the second, closer to the 18th or so, and you'll feel like, I can do it. I can protect something. And you'll paddle and paddle somewhere, even though you'll still be worried. Well, there it is. That's what it's called. I entered the past and Scorpio is here in conjunction. Scorpio with the future, like, well, what is Scorpio? These are very strong emotions, deep secret knowledge. And here they are, these secret knowledges that you have here. Having acquired some secret knowledge, deep emotions. I was able to do it. It's called a breakthrough. Into value, into real work. I actually did something to get something in the future, or someone there got an upgrade. To really get freedom here, or your children, or maybe it's your own kind of freedom. I was able to row somewhere with someone in the same boat. Deserved success? Will I earn it? Have I earned it? Remember, I said I really want to say, create, but I tremble before this world or certain people, or I wonder if I deserve this success. Do I have enough money? Do I have enough strength of spirit? Or do I lack strength of spirit? Or am I not worthy of anything in this life? I'm holding on, thank you. It's what keeps me going, and I'm doing something new. Well, there is some way out, yes, but I don't see any major dependency here. Is that what you're thinking about right now? That's the feeling I have here. Either your inner spirituality will be worked through, or there are some people who are acting toward you in a hidden, unspiritual way. You will simply finish clearing them out, or you will cleanse some unspiritual relationships, your attitude toward yourself, attachments that have been bothering you for a long time. I guess I would put it this way, working through the spirit. Look, it's like there's a way out. I'm just standing here, not knowing how to get past the obstacles ahead. And then I went into defense mode, just like that. Here it is. This is already the crucifixion of Christ. He also suffered for everyone, and he kept going on the strength of his spirit, on spirituality. I think this is more for you. Well, money here, by the way, will also have some significance. Having several cards there, right in the middle. Yes, something like that. Either some expenses or decisions about whether to spend or not to spend money, or time on something. There. It's either something related to finances or directly to family. Thank you. First of all, we will definitely be doing weekly readings as well, so come by. I'm also very interested in reading, yes, your book of fate, your experience, seeing what you do with it. And it's also very interesting to share my own experience. I have high hopes too. Maybe I can help? Yes. Though my experience and my clients' experiences are completely different. But you have a special ability to perceive, to absorb wisdom, without making your own karmic mistakes. Well, of course, we all make our own karmic mistakes. But still, experience? That's valuable experience too. If we didn't realize it was a mistake, we would never understand how to fix it. You only need to admit it at first, to become aware of it, not to lie to yourself. That's the kind of story it is here. It seems to me that this has something to do with spirituality, with your spiritual attitude toward yourself, or understanding who treats you spiritually or without spirituality. Thank you. Please like and leave comments. It's not hard for you. As the author, I would really appreciate it. To receive any feedback from you, even heartfelt, and you have a lot of it, a lot of wisdom and soul, or even material support. In the form of financial support for this channel, sponsorship, or just donations, little gifts are always nice for any author, as they say, and for me as well. Thank you. I'm not saying goodbye. Please visit more often, stay longer, and until we meet again.